Now, in this scene in the palace, Lady Macbeth and Macbeth have a little exchange about what's going to happen. Lady Macbeth, remember, doesn't know that Banquo is going to be killed by Macbeth. This is all in Macbeth's own world, his own worldview. He hasn't shared this at all with Lady Macbeth. And she says immediately in scene 2, is Banquo gone from court? You can read this a number of different ways. I like to read it, if you look at the background as an actor, you look at the background of why she's asking this, I like to read it as the possibility that she has an affection for Banquo. That it's possible that she actually sees Banquo as a good man that she admires, that Macbeth is sort of the not-so-good man that she is falling away from, that she is ceasing to admire. And so she asks about Banquo here at the beginning of this scene. And when she has a moment alone, she says this very interesting thing. Naught's had, all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. That's a very interesting line because on the one hand, she seems to be suggesting the same thing that Macbeth suggested earlier, where he says to be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. That is, if we could secure our position here in the court without the fears and terrors, we'd be much better off. But on the other hand, she says, 'tis safe to be that which we destroy, namely Duncan in this case, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy, indicating that she's living in an increasing world of doubt and little joy. When Macbeth enters then, she says, things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done. Put the idea of Duncan out of your mind. Which is ironic because she has just previously said that she can't put the murder of Duncan out of her mind, which shows a splitting in Lady Macbeth in the same way that there's been a splitting in Macbeth. And when Macbeth says to her, I can't put it out of my mind because we have scorched the snake. We burned the snake, the serpent, the dragon. We haven't killed it. And he says, if we don't kill it, the dragon will close with us and attack us again. But, he says, ere we eat our meal in fear and sleep, in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly, there will be done this deed of dreadful note. I'm going to do something in order to try and destroy the snake that's plaguing me with these evil dreams and the like. He has an interesting bit here with Duncan, where he says Duncan is in his grave. He sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nothing can touch him further. And Lady Macbeth, realizing that he's ranting again, says, you've got to cover over the fact that you're disintegrating here, because you've got a banquet coming up. You've got guests coming in. You've got to continue to play the role of the happy host. And Macbeth then responds to her saying, I will. Pay attention particularly to Banquo, hinting at the fact that something's going to happen with Banquo. And disguise yourself. And that disguise then reveals again that he's still fretting over something, worrying about something, fretting over something. And she says, leave that. Stop going off on that subject of you're having killed somebody. And there's a great line Macbeth says, I love this. Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Think about that line for just a minute. It's a great line. His mind isn't literally full of scorpions. This is metaphor here. But the image of being full of scorpions, different from like being full of bunny rabbits or butterflies or something. Scorpions with the stinging nature of a scorpion, and it's almost dragon-like imagery. My mind is full of these nightmares that keep stinging me. And she says, well, take comfort. Banquo and his children won't live forever. And that's where Macbeth says, yeah, well, there will be done a deed of a dreadful note tonight. Something big is going to happen. I'm going to do something terrible. And she has a moment where she's aghast. What? What's going to happen? What's to be done? And then he has that great line where he says, be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck. That's an odd way to address your wife. Most people would call them dearest Chuck. And it indicates something, I think, an increasing irony, cynicism with him, with his wife. And he says, light thickens now. The sun is setting. Light thickens, like a liquid almost. And the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. All those images of blackness and darkness that are foreshadowing the nature of Banquo's murder. Well, we're going to see the murder of Banquo in the next scene. Shakespeare dramatizes it on stage, and we'll cut to that next in the text.